Happy Monday, everybody, and welcome back to Indie Corner. This is the show where I go over all of the new things in the Switch eShop so you know what's up to date and all that. But otherwise, we have this little intro, you and I. This is where we do the bonding. This is where I get to appreciate the audience and really connect with you guys. Because let's be real, I live in a corner. And besides you guys, I just get to talk to some birds. Actually, I don't even get to talk to the birds. I just get to look out the window and guess what the bird monarchy is deciding today. You know, sometimes they get together and they have like this fight club business. It gets pretty ugly. And then like I think this one bird's cheating on the other bird's like wife or something because there was a nest, but then there was a fight, and now there's another nest next to the nest. So now like the bird has like the kingdom has just been separated into two. Anyways, I need to get some friends. Let's roll these indie games. Let's go. Alright, I got a party with some promised dancing sharks to go to, so we're gonna get through these games quickly. First one up is the sniper game where you shoot some Nazis with a sniper rifle because you're a sniper. Get it? Wow, there's a lot of naked people in this game, although it seemingly has nothing to do with being a game about a nudist resort. Oh, what a twist! You actually play as a boulder and you destroy historical structures. I can get behind that. So this looks a tad like classic God of War meets Tomb Raider, but if Lara Croft had less clothing. This game looks like it should be good, but my secret juju is going off telling me otherwise. I've always hated CG trailers because while yes, they may look cool, they're completely useless. But fret not, for I have done research on your behalf. Turns out, it's a castle defense game. Hey, this looks a lot like that fast racing game, except it's not. This one's Redout. You may have heard of it. It's a fast racing game, but not the fast racing Neo game you might be thinking of. It's kind of crazy to be doing this show for the Switch after years of covering the Wii U and 3DS indie scene. Every now and then, an old friend resurfaces, like this one. It's like a high school reunion where old crushes show up, but also that weird kid that kept licking the fuzz from his belly button shows up as well. You're like, oh, I didn't need to see you again. Anyways, this one's a platformer that strives to capitalize on your nostalgia of all the old consoles. Finally, a game where you play the undead army versus fighting against it. I'm realizing now that this has some serious Pikmin vibes, which makes me rethink the whole Pikmin series as Captain Olimar as a necromancer. And here's a soccer game, but with retro flair. I don't like this. It's dark, it's scary, and it reminds me too much of that one night I spent in the woods with my pet duck. Do you know the sound a duck makes when it's scared? It's terrifying. So if you haven't guessed it already, here we have a survival horror game and has some jump scares, so if you're down to pucker up your butthole, this might be for you. Now, I'm not much of a Castlevania fan, or at least I wasn't until this little gem surfaced. Fantastic collection of games featuring men with whips, and you need to whip all the monsters for being very, very bad. Here's something different, a thief game where you pick locks, break into people's homes, steal things, and then you sell them to the pawn shop. Now, before we pull out the moral card, remember that we've played plenty of games about killing people, breaking the law, uprooting government institutions, genocide, and more, and we didn't even raise an eyebrow then. Here's another interesting game with a different take. Here you swim around the coral reef and work to restore it, because I don't know if you know this, but it's dying. Yeah, it's pretty bad. There's tons of documentaries about it, and they're all really sad. But this game isn't, because you get to be the hero light thing that saves the world. Alright, here's a platform puzzler with some Captain Toad flair, but instead of playing as a humanoid mushroom, there's a cute little waifu. Oh yes, the Arcade Archive. Whenever I see this, I know the end is near. It's like my marathon final checkpoint. Alright, so this week we have Buta-san, which is the original Battle Royale game with pigs and bombs or some stuff. It's crazy how much Fortnite has changed in 30 years. Oh wow, the original Guilty Gear is now on Switch. That's kind of crazy. This series is kind of a big deal in the fighting community, isn't it? Well, one more fighter to add to the fighting game collection. Ugh, another freaky game with teddy bears. And again, I don't like it. This one has more puzzle elements to it though, so if you're all about, solving puzzles with a puckered up bumhole, here you go, champ. Next, we have a couch co-op game for those of you with local gaming friends. It's based on like early 19th century tech or something, and I think the goal is to get to Mars with some crazy spaceship idea. It looks pretty cute. Alright, this game looks pretty awesome. I mean, it's got some mechs moving fast and looking all badass. How can you not be into that? The more I look at it, oh man, the more I want it. Okay, Guilty Gear, you need to calm right down. You already had your moment on this show today. You can't just come back and wave another game in our faces. Also, who comes up with these sequels names? Listen to this. Guilty Gear XX Accent Core Plus R. There's a lot of unnecessary letters in there. Hear me out on this. What if the end of the world, but because of octopus? Because octopus have 8 limbs, you can now hook up to 8 weapons to your slimy self and destroy the world. Alright, here's a 2D action adventure game. That's alright. Nothing really more to say about this one. It wouldn't be a shitty Indie Corner episode without some good old Endless Runner. If you really want an Endless Runner, go pick up Bit Trip Runner, which is a much better experience. Closing off the show today, we have this badass sword-wielding, gunslinging girl taking out the hordes of angry Yakuzas in Mega Tokyo. Why are they so mad, you might be wondering? Well, because they can't accept that this girl's more of a badass than them. And now you're all up to date on all your latest Switch eShop games. Do you feel more complete now, or you just feel a little dirtier? It's okay, I get it. Anyways, I'll see you next time on the same indie channel at the same indie time. Just kidding. I never get the show to release at the same time each week. Anyways, keep it classy.